Good evening. My name is Jen Harris, and I am one of the co-directors of the Clay Township 4-H Summer School Program. As a 10-year 4-H member, it was just an honor to be able to step into this position this year for the first time. 4-H is a youth program that enables students to reach their full potential. One of our objectives with the 4-H Summer School Program was to create hands-on learning experiences that would just bring learning alive and make it fun for the students that we reached. And this year we had about 20 students from Clay Township in grades 3 through 10. The program is open to grades 3 through 12. They can be 4-H members or non-4-H members. It's open to everyone. And we this year started with having morning workshops. We planned 3 weeks of morning workshops that were sort of in the style of summer school, which helped us to really build a community. We had 1 week of fine arts that was called Express Yourself, and 2 science workshops for the following weeks, one on science and environment and science of foods. And then in the afternoon we had regular 4-H style workshops that one was ceramics and one was in sewing. So students really got to explore and learn some new things. For many of them, the areas that they explored were brand new and just kind of opened up whole new worlds for them. I did bring some samples that you can look through. They made a cookbook in one of the science of foods workshops, and they also had a science folder that I can show you, and I've got our grant application as well. But for 2013, our grant was for 2012 was $6,000, and we're requesting $7,500 with the hopes to see the program expand to possibly hire more instructors. All of the instructors hired this year were teachers from Carmel Clay schools, and that really just added a lot of energy to the program. We were working in Carmel High School, so we got to collaborate with some of the teachers in there over the use of the rooms and the sewing machines and ceramics wheels. So we're hoping for next year to just expand the program even further. And thank you very much for your time tonight.
Do you have any questions, Matt? Hang on a second.
You have 20 students from Clay Township, and this $7,500 goes to funding the instructors for these particular workshops?
Yes, and it also allows us to purchase the supplies needed for the workshops.
And with the extra $1,500, do you think you could market to more than 20?
We do. We think that we would be able to possibly hire more instructors and even have classes for our older students and classes for our younger students, because there's a big difference in the way a 3rd grader is going to think about things and respond to things than a 10th or 11th or 12th grader. So we do think that it would help us expand.
Could you break out for us the numbers? You don't have to do it all right now, but for each grade level, how many students you had? And,
Sure.
And I'd like to know how you publicized this in the past.
Okay.
I would think there are many more students than 20 that would be interested in the program. Is it free? Is there a cost?
There is, for each week, there is a small fee to get into different classes in addition to the monies provided from the board. And in the past, I think one of the problems was that it was only open to 4-H members, and so that limited how many students could enroll. But for the past 2 years, we've tried to open it up to make it available to any Clay Township student. So we have been advertising through the 4-H newsletters that are sent out to families from the past who have been enrolled, and even within the school system. Through Carmel Middle, I tried to advertise to some of our students this year to see if any from non-4-H families would be interested in joining. So we're finding new ways to advertise as well.
Have you ever thought about having the Current write a community article in there? I think it would reach far many more students than just putting it in the newsletter for 4-H people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do like that idea. We haven't tried that yet, but it could be something in the future.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Promising futures.
Thank you. That's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll just put it there.
Hi there.
Thank you very much for the Clay Township's continued support of Promising Futures and supporting the youth and families from Clay Township to receive the services that Promising Futures provides at a free or a reduced rate is how we use the funding. I gave you both our mid-year report as well as our 2013 application. And just going to highlight a few things in regards to our mid-year report, where we're at. We've had parenting classes offered at St. Vincent Carmel Hospital as well as other locations throughout Hamilton County. And one of the Clay Township residents who participated in that, he improved his pre-test score from a 3 to a 7 when he finished the program. So made leaps and bounds by receiving our education classes in order to be a better father for his child who is under the age of 5, which we hope and we are pretty sure that will help continue fostering a healthy relationship between him and his son in order to prevent further issues and problems with the family. We've also served 2 girls who are Clay Township residents in our Pregnant and Parenting Teens program. They both were served through our community-based services where we provide the case management support for girls and their families who find themselves with a teenager who is pregnant. And through that process, one of the girls has decided to place her baby for adoption when she has her. And then the second one is receiving support, prenatal health services. She had never gone to the doctor before, and she was 13 weeks pregnant. She also was a user of drugs, and we got her enrolled in a treatment program as well, so that way we can meet our goal of her having a healthy baby. Also, another one of our programs is our supervised visitation program. We've had 4 Clay Township families that are in need of having guidance and support and being supervised while they are in the presence of their children. And we have been able to provide, those 3 families have been able to provide an emotionally stable and safe level of care during the visits for their children. And the 4th family actually was able to step down from our program because they did so well and have unsupervised time in their own home, making it more of a normal environment for the family to continue building relationships. And then our Buckle Down program has served the 4,400 students of Clay Township High School and has taught them about the dangers of impaired driving. We had a guest speaker come in during the seniors' convocation, so all 800 seniors heard about his story of his son making a bad decision and ending up losing his life. Him and his friends were in a car accident where they'd been drinking, and his son wasn't wearing his seatbelt, and so we made a big impact on those seniors right before graduation, helping them make that decision to move. And I heard the bell.
I was going to get that.
So just very quickly, our proposal for 2013 is we're asking for $15,750 to continue offering all of our programs and services for the Clay Township residents at free or reduced rates. With that, we'd serve 52 clients through our 8 programs and reach the full student body at Carmel Clay High School with the SNAP and Buckle Down program.
Any questions?
Your largest expense this far this year was a scholarship.
For the SNAP Buckle Down program. Mhm.
Okay. And then on here you've got, I don't see any, you talk about the pregnancy issues.
Mm-hmm.
Do you help them with medical expenses? There's nothing, or do
We
you?
help them get enrolled in Medicaid if they're eligible for that, or identify a proper insurance for them. And if not, then we partner with some of our other fellow grantees and make sure that their medical needs are taken care of. But most of them were able to get into Medicaid if they aren't eligible for their own insurance.
So the increase from 8,000 to 15,700, what do you think, what are you going to, what's the gain there? What are you looking to do with the extra?
Well, we've always asked for a little bit more than we've gotten, and so it's really to offset the true costs of being able to provide the free and reduced rates for the clients of Clay Township. So,
Stephanie, are all 52 clients from Clay Township?
Yes.
Oh, they are?
Yeah,
Okay.
we serve over 500 a year.
Got it.
And then the 52 are specifically Clay Township residents. So it's about 10% of our population that we serve.
Okay. Any other questions? Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Next one is the Hamilton County Alliance.
Good evening. My name is Jeff Burt, President of the Hamilton County Alliance, and I'm here on behalf of the Alliance to request funding for the coming year in the same amount as the current year, which was $2,000. I had presented to you our mid-year report, the proposal for 13, and I've also included one of the items that we had on our proposal for this current year, which was we do a lot of work with demographics related to primarily labor force issues for companies, clients, or even consumers for businesses that may be looking to try to identify locations for businesses. So what you have there is a copy of the 2011, which is the latest demographic report for Clay Township, and I've also included that for Hamilton County as well. We had 3 items on our agenda for this year, the demographics, plus we also have an online welcome guide that we have on our website that we maintain, and we also do tax analysis work, usually by an accounting firm for projects that we may need to take to the community. So the money for that is allocated strictly for projects that would be inside Clay Township. And I should also mention the welcome guide itself is also allocated, only a portion of which is then paid for by Clay Township. 2013, similarly, we do get new demographics every year, so that'll be coming out after the first of the year. Our welcome guide will continue. That's just an ongoing project for us. And then we also have a need to really update what we have available as far as real estate options in Clay Township, particularly as it relates to office market. About 2/3 of the office market in the county is office that is located inside Clay Township. It's kind of hard to keep track of, so we want to try to get an internship, hopefully through either IU or Purdue, to help us to update that and basically do research that's going to help us related to companies that may have an interest in the marketplace. So those are our items currently and also as proposed for next year. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Do you have any questions, Matt?
No, I love how much you break this down. This is-
Yeah, very nice report. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, and we greatly appreciate the long-standing support. I think this is about the 19th year
We're always
for
glad
Clay
to see you.
Township. So we thank you very much, and here's hoping the economy gets better for all of us.
Yeah. Hamilton County Leadership Academy.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Jill Doyle with the Hamilton County Leadership Academy. I'd also like to note that I have 2 board members with me tonight, Josh Blackmore and Liz Tate. On behalf of the Leadership Academy and our board, we'd just like to thank you for your continued support of HCLA. We just graduated our 21st class, June 7th, and our 500th graduate, and you'll see our 500th graduate was a Carmel resident, Marcelyn Keys, who's a community volunteer, and her picture was on the cover of The Current, and they did a nice job covering our program. So we appreciate that. Carmel and Clay Township has always been well represented in the Leadership Academy. To date, 172 of our 515 graduates have either lived or worked in Carmel, Clay Township when they went through the program, and that's 33% of our graduates. Last year, we asked for funding to help our electronic marketing efforts, and you funded us $1,500 to help us do that. You'll see in your packet there's copies of a new e-newsletter, a new piece that we started called Leadership Link, where we ask community members to write leadership articles that we share with our alumni, and also a new e-marketing template for us to do fundraising, promote our events, and allow for online registrations. We launched this initiative in October of last year, so we've done 9 months of all of those items, and we've seen great results. There's a couple of graphs in there as well that show how our open rates are higher, our click-throughs are higher, and we know people are going to our website because of this. So that leads me to our 2013 request. Now that we know that our marketing efforts are successful electronically, we desperately need to improve or actually build a new website. Our website is 5 years old, and it's on a platform that really isn't maintained even by the company that developed it any longer. So it's become very cost prohibitive and time consuming to do anything on our website. We have a committee that has looked at our website and all of the things that we need to do. They've developed a comprehensive plan, and we've gone out seeking bids from all local companies to design this for us. There's a little graph in there. The average cost for us to redesign a website, rebuild it on a new platform, is going to be about $15,000. So we are asking Clay Township for $7,500 to help us with that initiative. It's a one-time cost, and then HCLA would maintain it in the monthly or ongoing fees that would accompany that. As you know, electronic and media communications, Facebook, all that is kind of the way of the future, and we feel like that's the only way we're going to be able to stay current both with our alumni, our class members, and then the community members that we hope to go through the program in the future. Any questions?
Matt?
No, it's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Janus Development Services. Thank you. One here. Thank you.
Time's up.
Good evening. I'm Connie Sanders, President and CEO of Janus Developmental Services Incorporated, and I want to start by thanking Clay Township for your past support, and we are looking forward to continuing our partnership as we deliver on our mission to provide individuals with disabilities the opportunity to participate and contribute within the community. About our accredited programs and services, our Indiana First Step serves children from birth to 36 months of age, and last fiscal year we served 258 children. 72% of those served will not need to enroll in special education programs, and for every child that doesn't enroll in those programs, the state saves $13,000. Thus, Janus saved the state of Indiana $2,414,880 last fiscal year through our early intervention program. Janus was the first in the state to secure network provider status, and we will be responsible for securing the therapists required to deliver those services to Hamilton County children. We've also been invited through this program to sit on the Local Planning and Coordination Council for Central Indiana, and we continue to partner with Riverview Hospital in serving those children. Our community employment program partnered with 14 area employers in securing jobs for individuals last fiscal year. Through our community employment program, Janus facilitated the payment of over $48,000 in tax revenue. Our work experience program provides 2 work options. The first is on-site work. Janus partnered with 47 area businesses last fiscal year to secure manufacturing work for individuals with disabilities. And we have partnered through our Hidden Talents project with the Department of Natural Resources, and our Hidden Talent signature items, our birdhouses and walking sticks, are in 6 state park gift shops. Our Doorways program focuses on helping individuals both enhance existing skills and to learn new ones, and it helps individuals become as independently as possible. Through this program, consumer community projects past fiscal year included Meals on Wheels route, stocking the pantries at Bethel Lutheran Church, and a cleanup for Hamilton County Parks and Recreation. 128 community hours of service were donated. We also look forward to the expansion of our community garden. We have partnered with 22 businesses and organizations to create this wonderful space, and we will continue our partnership with the Hamilton County Master Gardeners for the lifetime of that garden. Our Capabilities Catering and Cafe program, we have partnered with the County Council and County Commissioners. We have a cafe at the Hamilton County Judicial Building, which provides real-life, real opportunity employment for individuals with disabilities. Last year's Janus consumers served 18,531 lunches through that program. 464,422 miles were logged last fiscal year by our transportation department. Hamilton County Express provided 41% of total ridership to individuals going to and from work. Thus, Janus and Hamilton County Express facilitated the payment of over $26 million in tax revenue. We have had a demand to cross into Marion County and connect with Indigo every day since launching that service on July 1st of 2010. And last fiscal year, James English, Office of Transit Program Manager, informed us that the federal government needed to do a state transportation audit and believed that we were the best in the state, therefore recommending us for that federal audit out of 58 Indiana rural transit providers. One minor recommendation was made.
Connie, can you give a summary real quick?
Yes. To sum it up, we are very good stewards with your money. For every dollar spent, we return back to the community $10.18. Clay Township residents participated in our children's services, community employment, work experience, doorways, and cafe and catering programs. Hamilton County Express provided Clay Township residents 9,828 trips this past fiscal year, a 32% increase from last year, with similar increases projected for this year. Janus Developmental Services Incorporated is requesting $30,000 from Clay Township for the 2013 year. Clay Township has always embraced and supported our efforts, and we are grateful. Thank you.
What was our amount that we gave you last year?
$25,000.
25. Okay, thank you. Any questions, Matt? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Meals on Wheels.
Good evening. Thank you so much for allowing me to address you this evening. Excuse me. My name is Beth Galhausen. I'm the fairly new director for Meals on Wheels in Hamilton County, and I want to thank you for your ongoing support. I know you've been very supportive of the organization over a number of years, and I know that the partnership has greatly impacted our ability to serve Clay Township. I actually have two orders of business this evening. When I came on board as the interim in the fall, I talked with Doug a little bit, and then I understood that you all did support us in the amount of $30,000 last year. However, with the transition that was going on, $20,000 of that was held in reserve to kind of see where the organization was going. I would like to respectfully request you consider the additional $20,000. I gave you a copy of our mid-year report. And as you can see, we have already probably two things of immediate interest. We've already served over the number that we served for all of last year in Clay Township, and as you can see, we're using the budget that I reworked based upon some of the needs that were coming into this year. You can see that we've spent nearly 15,000 of the original 30 that was awarded last year. So hopefully the report will nicely summarize where we're at and where we're going. I'm asking for roughly 29.7 for fiscal year or calendar year 13. Primarily to do the same functions that we have done in the past, and I'm so excited to be part of Meals on Wheels. One of the things that I love about it is it has one focus and one program, and I think we do that very well. What we do want to do in 13 is try to expand services, even though, as I said, we've increased this year over last already, and we're not even quite through half the year. We do know that we're woefully underserving not only Clay Township, but the entire Hamilton County area. So our request for 13 is to continue providing meals to the Clay Township area, and all of the dollars requested are going directly towards delivering those meals, helping to support our sponsor senior program, which is our program that picks up costs for folks who cannot pay for some or all of the meal costs. So I believe in looking through last year's grant and the grant this year, they are very similarly aligned to do much the same thing. So again, in summary, I would respectfully request your consideration for the amount of $29,737 for 13, and your consideration of the additional $20,000 for the current grant year. Thank you.
Any questions?
Are you still doing the dogs?
That was mine.
We do still provide dog food. Long story short, we were providing for folks that were not part of our program in conjunction with the Humane Society, and quite frankly, we just didn't have the staffing to continue that. The cool part of that is we worked with Good Samaritan and the Humane Society, so all of the dog food that is coming in through the Humane Society is going out via food pantries and the Good Samaritan network. We are still providing dog and cat food to our particular clients, but we just don't have the capacity to do it beyond. But those folks are still being served. So yes, as a matter of fact, we just had a request for dog food, and it was from one of our cat people, so we think they might have taken on a stray.
Oh, I may have missed it, but what was the increase this year of people?
We had served 66 Clay Township residents in 11, and we've already served 68 in 12.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Any other questions?
Again, thank you so much for your support, and I appreciate your consideration.
Thank you. Prevail. Prevail here? Oh, didn't see you back there, sorry.
Good evening. My name is Loretta Moore. I'm the Executive Director of Prevail. First of all, want to thank you for having us in this evening to talk about our programs and services, and want to give you an update about what's going on at Prevail. Last year, Prevail served about 3,000 Hamilton County residents. Of those, 444 came from Clay Township. So that constitutes 14.8 or 15% of all of our clients. Noblesville has the most clients, or we serve most of our clients from Noblesville, and then Fishers and Carmel are usually tied for second, or they're pretty close to second. So almost 15% of our clients came from Clay Township. Who was impacted? Women, men, children, and adolescents who've lived in Clay Township and are primary or secondary victims of crime and abuse. Victimization includes domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, murder, robbery, identity theft, etc. What's not included in the 444 is the almost 1,000 children that we reach through our Safe Dates program. Safe Dates is a dating violence prevention program that was the education, was mandated by Heather's